Anthony Davis was playing for the Lakers. Started well, but then started moving his shoulder a little bit. And then this is when my heart started to sink for the Lakers. He went back to the tunnel, and I was very concerned. I've never seen that thing before. I don't know what that is. But you know what? All is well in the La La Land because he did come back, and he was dominant. Scored 40 points, had 20 rebounds, had 26 of those 40 from the free throw line. Jalen, what do you think about AD's comeback dominance out of the tunnel?
So the distinction between the Lakers and everybody else has to be their size and their physicality up front.
Yep.
You have LeBron James, who's one of the greatest physical specimens that the league has ever seen. You have Kyle Kuzma, who could get you buckets at 6'9" from the three and finishing in the half court and full court. You have Anthony Davis, who a lot of people consider a top 5 talent in the league. But the distinction has to be him dominating.
Yes.
It's one thing for him to be out there. It's another thing for him to be dominating. Because, for example, when you play against the Clippers, they got Paul George. They got Kawhi Leonard. But guess what they're not? 6'11".
No.
Montrezl Harrell get all of the hustle plays. 6'9".
Mm-hmm.
They need him to play big. And my favorite stat of the night for him is actually, after that injury, he came back in the third quarter, 18 for 18 from the free throw line in one quarter.
He was 26 for 27 from the line.
I don't need him settling. I don't need him settling.
Mm-hmm.
He can shoot, not a knockdown shooter. He can make threes, never be Larry Bird. I need him attacking.
But it's also one of those things where it's like, well, he had 40 points, but he only had 7 field goals. The reason he only had 7 field goals, because they couldn't stop him, they just fouled him. Like, there's a lot of that. I watched the game. It was a lot of just like, I got nothing else to do. I'm just going to put him on the line, and he would sing them both. It was a dominant performance from AD. It's something I look forward to seeing. But his health, man. When I saw that contraption on his shoulder, I was like, oh, this could be another one of those Lakers seasons.
But also, so now you try to at least hope to get Kuzma back. Dwight Howard giving you good minutes.
Mm-hmm.
JaVale McGee give you good minutes. But then you got to rest Anthony Davis. You can't have him going through the entire season.
No, that ain't gonna work.
Or the entire week or the month.
We know what happens when Anthony Davis has to carry too much of the load. We've seen that before. Close game in Denver between the Nuggets and the Mavs. I watched a lot of this one too because you know I love the Mavs. It came down to the wire. Very close game. Luka, listen, clutch Luka. Goes right, finishes left. Great play. That puts him up 3. Then what happened next was the Nuggets missed a shot. Luka missed 2 free throws, by the way.
That was surprising.
2 free throws, and Jamal Murray heaved this up. Shot clock runs out, and the Mavs get the win. Jalen, the Mavs are 3-1. I like to overreact as a media guy, but I'm not going to do it here. But can they challenge some of the best in the West consistently?
Consistently, yes.
Okay.
In the regular season. When you have talent, and they do have such.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about Luka at 6'7", finishing at the basket. He or Porzingis didn't put up big numbers.
Oh, no.
That's a quality win on the road. And on the other side, a team like the Nuggets, who we anticipate is going to be one of those squads that they have to go against.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see Jokic be dominant.
No, I
had
told you about
triple-double.
Jokic. He's feast or famine. He had triple-double, but he had a Draymond Green triple-double. 10, 10, and 10. Like, he had a triple-double, but I said this about Jokic, I'll say it again.
Draymond Green had a huge triple-double the other day.
I know. I'm saying this. I'm nothing about Draymond. I'm saying about Jokic. It's feast or famine with him sometimes. Sometimes it's like 30, 17, and 9. And sometimes it's 10, 10, and 10.
And for a young Mavs team, as we talk about all of the top duos in the league, there are only 2 of them that haven't necessarily gotten to their prime.
Yes. I like it when you play drives my points.
Philadelphia.
That's my mind. Yeah.
And the Mavs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say the Mavs even have more road in front of them than Embiid and Simmons do because of Embiid's injury issues. And one thing I want to point out about this game is we all talk about KP and Luka, but they had contributions from so many players last night.
Jalen Brunson,
Curry, Finney-Smith, Hardaway Jr. They had 9 players in double figures. Now, is this sort of like a fluke occurrence for them, or can they rely on this?
That's 2 words. Well coached. See, I always look at certain squads, and when you look out on the floor, are these recognizable players or are they being coached up? Miami gets you that. Look at their box score. The Mavs get you that. Look at their coaches. Rick Carlisle, Eric Spoelstra, 2 at the top in the game.
I like what you're doing here. Rick Carlisle happened to be your coach, but you always bring him up. And I'll say something that I know you always think. underrated, underappreciated coach in the National Basketball Association. Just because they're not in the playoffs all the time, and just because they don't go deep into the finals, that he doesn't get respected the same way a Pop does, but the longevity and the consistency that he puts out there doesn't get spoken about enough.
Absolutely.
Except by you, really.
What's up? Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. Don't forget to download the ESPN app, and if you want more premium content, which you do, make sure that you subscribe to ESPN+. See you soon.